Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here once again with Tanya
I,
Maxine. Right. Here we go once again to talk about whatever the heck that we want because I think it just kind of fell into place though about the disruptive world and the disruptions that are going to be coming in a cosmic way with the eclipse and the energies. And I'm going to call this the pre-eclipse because that's kind of where we're at because it's 18th of
post full
September here
moon
in 2025.
pre-eclipse.
Hmm.
Post full moon pre-eclipse. So it's been a month of it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think one of the things that a lot of us are trying to do, and you've been really helpful in raising awareness about bringing in the protection within ourselves and from without ourselves if we need it. And reaching out to friends like you who will say, hey, don't forget to. And I'm not going to say what you told me to do because it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be
Yeah.
so personal that you have
Mm,
to pull it in for yourself so you can
yeah.
envision it without, and I don't want to use the word corruption, but maybe distort it. And it's not a bad distortion, but it's a distortion
Mm,
that's going to modify it that could potentially change what you need to really put in place for yourself on an energetic level.
yeah.
But one of the things that we talked a little bit about was this bifurcation, the split that's coming in, and people are making choices. The key that we also touched on was about not being polarized, not saying, "Well, this is what I think and I'm right, so piss off." You know, this is my choice. This is right for me. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of the same thing, but it's not placing judgment on anybody. So,
Mm.
what are some of the things that I know that you talked about were the things that are in the media about
What would
the conflicts and the different
you
news?
ask me to remember what I said?
Hmm?
Are you asking me to remember what I said? Well, what was I say? Oh, about how it's all foretold and how it's like disassembling itself.
Yeah,
Yeah, how it needs to crumble, like chaos. Creation is chaos. Like, even the universe started with a big bang. Think about that. Do you know what I mean? So shit needs to get blown apart to create something new. Trust it. Something had to give. It's always been there. The evil is being extracted, so it's screaming. It's as simple as that. Like, and it's start with yourself. It's out of our control personally, but just focus on the positivity. Something is changing. It needed to be this drastic to make something new. It has to be this bad to change. It's falling apart, so it's a demolition. So we get to create something new. Whatever is going to step in and take its place, it can't be worse than what is, because the people are uniting. Us as light workers, we're doing our job. We've created a grid of love and light, and the vibrations are raising. And don't focus on the bad, because there's plenty of good out there, and we're finding each other. This is how we found each other, sending out the signal. It's as simple as that. Like, and just focus on the positivity and how we're finding each other, and that whatever is happening is meant to happen to give way to a new beginning. The world isn't ending. It's just beginning, because it's the end of this evil rule that's been like infiltrating the planet and everybody else. Like, it's the system is collapsing, and it's about fucking time. So just trust it. There's plenty of good things to focus on. I just look at it as divine timing. It's simple as that. Like, whatever you want to call it, try and deny it. It is what it is. Something is happening. Everyone's noticing it now. So whatever you want to call it that. This
yeah,
is just how it. Yeah.
and it was funny though because what you just described was is that doing light work and doing things
Yeah.
so um uh, one of the things you said before was not here but sitting back and just watching, and it
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're idle because you made really good points just now is that you're doing the work, not just helping other people that ask for help, but it's
Yeah.
also doing things for yourself that keep you healthy and keep you on your correct path. So
Yeah.
you're not, what you're sitting back and watching is everybody else's movie.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all
And
their reality. Yeah, you know.
that's all that part of it. And you mentioned about the crumbling, but the thing that had come in too was the disintegration of the masks. People are going to be exposed, and we're not just talking about the famous people. We're gonna see it on a face-to-face level in our day-to-day
Keep
lives.
walking.
We're
We'll
gonna see
see.
it within
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. We're extracting our own, negative energies. We're being forced to purge ourselves, not just the planet. It's like pushing a sieve. We were this the second time, a sieve down into a big basin of water. It's gonna come up out over the top before it overflows. So that's literally what it is. We're being immersed into this shit to let you know what I'm trying to say? To let it
Yeah.
all, yeah.
And
So,
even with watching the stuff that, if you do watch the news, which I have not watched in a really long time, because
yeah, don't even,
we have to be careful of the stuff that's put out there that is not accurate.
yeah, yeah, everything.
People forget about the crisis actors. And when
Mm,
they had these airplanes and people were running down the runway, and if you really looked at it, it was a balloon. And there were all these people running, and it was like a blue screened balloon thing, and the plane wasn't even real, wasn't even there. It was just all these random people running. So we have to be really careful of that, and things are going to be more difficult to spot because of the development in technology. So we have to
mm,
be careful of that. And sometimes things are faked for real. So
yeah,
there's going to be real people leaving here, and there are going to be fake people. And I mean, people that are not real people.
yeah. Define
That's
that.
gonna happen. And it's all to draw. You were talking about the collective. You were feeling the collective and within yourself,
Yeah,
what's you and what's the
that's
collective
mine.
that you're
Exactly.
embodying. What is this? What is it that we're kind of looking at? We need to have that level of discernment. That's the D word that I've been using for the last few years. And
Yeah,
it's gonna get more challenging. So we have to up our game. If they're upping the technology, we have to up our game and be able to spot this stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
manufactured stuff is definitely out there. So, but
Well and true.
it's gonna take the fake, and it's gonna take the real that get too engrossed in what the story is that they're telling. To It's manipulation. They're trying to get you to focus on what they want you to focus.
On
They
their
want you to look
story.
over
Yeah,
here, you better be looking at your back.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Distraction. Yeah, totally, totally.
Big time distraction. So what are you doing to keep your focus, keep yourself on your path?
I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. The toxic box. I won't. I don't need to. What am I doing? I focus on everything positive, and myself as well. I feel good. I'm focusing on myself physically, emotionally, mentally, in every way, energetically. I'm working on myself. And as long as I'm okay, I can handle anything. That's where you take care of your vessel. You're invincible, and focus on the little things. This is my bubble, and if this is okay, I am okay. And then the stronger my bubble is, the more it can extend to people. So then they're coming into my bubble. My bubble's strong enough to handle being spread out to other people. And then it's just like a network of a big bubble of positivity, the same way negativity spreads. Every morning I wake up, I'm happy, apart from with the moon that was totally screwing with me, but that wasn't mine because the world is the worst it's ever been. I can feel it. I'll do everything in my power to process it and get rid of it and get back on track, because that's where we're going to get tested, with getting caught up in it, whether we're paying attention to it or not. It's the darkness that's going to come up and tap you on the shoulder. You just have to brush it off. I don't think we're ever going to stop getting tested, but just keep your focus on yourself. and everything that you love and the positive little stories in the world, because there's millions of people like us, if not billions. We're not outnumbered just yet. I don't think we ever will be. I think it fluctuates. And for that, I am grateful. It's just the little things, working on yourself. It's like reinforcing my energy and knowing, reinforcing myself and my opinion of myself and what I'm doing, that it is right, and that all is not lost. And looking at everything around you, literally, like you said, a movie, everyone else's movie play out. My movie's got a happy ever after, and I'm just rooted in that good always wins. That this is probably the greatest time to ever be alive, at least in this era, apart from maybe ancient Egypt. But where did they go? I think they probably went through the same transition too, or something. It's that drastic, you know, that this is the greatest time to be alive because it's a totally new beginning. It's chaos, but it's beautiful. And I can't see the bad in it. Bad things happen every day. There's never going to be an elimination of darkness. Darkness needs light and light needs darkness. And you just got to ride the waves and just stay true to yourself and keep your bubble in check and love those around you. Does that sound sickeningly sweet? But that's literally all I've been doing, is keeping myself in check and just focusing on positive things. And I'm a relentlessly positive person, and I believe in love, and I think it's going to win. It's just weathering the storm, man. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and it's interesting though too that you did mention about the whole, I gotta put this thing down. And you did mention about the whole the darkness needs the light, light needs the darkness. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that you said darkness rather than the black, but I mean it's
Yeah.
that shadowy, there's that in
Yeah.
between bit too. But if you get to the point, and all of us have, me personally too, that if we need help, we need to ask for it.
Oh,
It doesn't
absolutely. Just
necessarily mean that it's, yeah, it
oh,
doesn't
there's
necessarily
yeah.
mean you're gonna call. I mean, you might have to call somebody. You might have to physically call, even if it's somebody you don't even know. Uh,
Yeah.
do not put something out on any kind of social media. That's just somebody who they might be in emotional pain, but you want somebody to know about it. And if you're saying things that you are going to hurt yourself, that's like a red flag. That's like a really big. Are you attention seeking? I hope not. Don't do it on social media.
Yeah.
If you really truly are in need, call somebody who's local who can really help you out, or connect with a friend that you. Yeah, I have a demanding animals today. Just kind of reach out
I'm
to
checking.
somebody. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
reaching out. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I hope I get some sleep tonight. But and
Mhm.
keeping that positive focus is not always an easy thing to do. It's been a daily thing for me
Mm.
that I have really struggled with staying positive on the different things that are going on, not in the greater world, because I too do not watch the news. It doesn't mean you are living in a separate bubble. I'm aware of all
Bad
these
news will find
things.
you. Bad news will find you. Just focus on the good shit. Like you'll know what's going on in the world. It's not staying disconnected. It's keeping you disconnected. All this fear and shit. It's keeping you disconnected from the good that's out there. That's why. But
Right.
bad news
And if you've
will find you.
got things going on in your life that are not pleasant,
Mm,
that's where the real work comes. And
mm,
we briefly talked about, with my doing the readings and whatnot, that I will definitely overthink things and want to know how it works. How does this work? How does this card thing work with these images? And I'll look at the same image, and get a completely different story. And it's the same
mm.
image maybe that I looked at even hours earlier. I'll get a completely different story on what it is that is supposed to represent, because they're all energetic representations. Some people, oh, they're
Yeah.
portals. Hey, could be for you, not for me. If it's a portal, it's a portal for
It's
communication.
cool for you
Nothing
to.
more. Not good, not bad. Let's not, you know, put a moral judgment on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's your.
what we what what was really starting to come up is that we are more powerful than we realize within our own paradigms. We might not be able to change some of these worldly things, but with whatever we're going to interact with and with whatever is going to be part of our trajectory is going to be something to do with how vested we are in a desired outcome. And if you don't embody that, that's not just sitting there reading a mantra and writing it out. You have to
Yeah.
embody whatever that is. I don't think I may or may not have told you, but I used to go on visit a client who was over 5.5 hours one way. So I would take, and I would have to cross Mackinac Bridge. So Mackinac Bridge is quite long. Takes several many minutes to cross that bridge. And I had to do it in February, winter, right? And I'm not a fan of bridges. So I had to cross this bridge for my job, and I did it. When I was done with my visit that morning, I was packing up to actually to go back into the visit, and then I wanted to just bring all my things and check out from the hotel and then just drive straight from the home. I had a very foreboding feeling. I felt like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And I'm thinking, where the hell did that come from? So I
Yeah.
kind of went through and said, where is this coming from? Is this a warning? What is this? So what it ended up being was this, and I love my car. My car really takes good care of me. And I got this thing that something bad, because it's weather. The weather was not a good. Yeah, and you're up north, there's a lot of ice up there. And you
Mm.
lose signal. There is nothing but trees, and you lose signal for the areas I had to drive through. So no GPS, no phone signal, nothing. So as I'm thinking about this, like, well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Something going to happen to me in my car? And it was an emphatic, positive, big ass yes. And
Wow.
I put everything down, and I shook it all off, and I said, I'm in control of my life. I control the trajectory of my life. This was a good visit. This was very
Yeah.
productive. And by the way, I'm going to have a most awesome drive home. And I finished that meeting. I got in my car, and as I'm driving, I didn't have to struggle with any of those thoughts. And I just felt really grounded. That was the important part of being grounded, because I'm
Mm.
on my own. There's nobody I can talk to up in the middle of freaking nowhere where you're going to lose a signal. So I
Yeah.
was determined in drawing in for myself a very good and pleasant, safe, uneventful trip home. And it
Mm.
was. So
You're
I
very
changed that,
responsible
feel
for your people.
100%. We have
Yeah.
control over our own trajectory. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
embody it.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of following everyone else's script, write your own. you know, write your
Yeah.
freaking own. Yeah. I'm just, yeah, writing my own script as I live it. Like, do you know what I mean? Especially the script is out. Like, it's just in the now, everyone else is following everyone else's narrative. I'm like, no, 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 no. I just do my own thing. Like, whatever it is. Sometimes I love doing nothing. Sometimes I just love chilling. I need to recharge my batteries. I love being busy. When I do stuff, I do everything all at once. I get everything done, whatever it is. I immerse myself and I just exhaust myself, and then it might take me a day or two to recharge, and then I'm good, and then I'm happy again. But I do everything all at once or nothing at all. So, and that's how I live day to day, and everything else. And everyone else is all these plans and stuff and doing what everyone else is telling them. I'm like, no, that's my life. I'll do my thing, but I'll just watch everyone else tear themselves apart and let them
Yeah.
on. Like, tell them, but it's not my path. It's not my journey. If they ask for help, I'll absolutely help them. If they don't, I'm not going to interfere. They probably wouldn't listen to me anyway. It's not my monkeys, not my circus. I have my life and my bubble, and that's solid, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
vibe, vibe. If you don't, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the positive
Real simple.
focus.
Yeah. Real
So as
simple.
far as the
Mm.
eclipse, do you know anything about any of the things, or have you heard what other people are
I
saying about
know
what
on
this
the
is going to do?
21st, I was so caught up in the moon, the full moon, that the 21st was just I couldn't deal with it. So I've only been right since Tuesday. We were supposed to have a chat on Monday, wasn't it? I couldn't live. I couldn't. On Tuesday, I started to come around. Something broke in me, and I cried. There was a release, and I did. I cried, and I got it out. And it wasn't just that. I was like, it was getting more intense. It was getting dark. The energy was getting dark, and I'm not a dark person. I don't deal with darkness anymore. And something broke. So the moon affected me so much that I actually haven't had time to look or read into the eclipse. I just know it's on the 21st, and that was all I could handle at the time. I've just enjoyed being back to myself since Tuesday after a month and a half of feeling off, very off. Mm.
Yeah, and I don't really pay a lot of attention to some of the things that are, it is a solar eclipse on the 21st. And I know you can go out there and look up your favorite individual and kind of says, okay, so usually where I'm at, I don't know in Ireland how it's going to manifest, but I think it's not going to be full. It says partial eclipse, so it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be visible in the South Pacific, New Zealand, Antarctica, and surrounding regions. Maximum eclipse occurring at 19 UTC. So I don't think in the Americas will not be visible. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be visible from here per se. But here's the deal: that is
Mm-hmm.
still going to manifest a degree of energetic display, spray, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I know it's very connected to the full moon that we've had, and it's chaotic. And I know, like, I remember reading stuff earlier on in the year, like August and September, shit was going to kick off, and they weren't kidding, and they were very, very right. And that's all I know. I know this eclipse is going to carry a similar energy to the full moon, and that was hell in a handbag. So yay! I can't wait. I can't wait for October. Come on, Halloween. Yes. Yeah, this is who just ease off the gas a bit. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the lighter side at this point.
Yeah.
But and going back to what we were just talking about, though, if you're not comfortable with what these people are saying, you have to manifest your own paradigm. You got to make
Yeah.
your own shift and your own trajectory, and really get grounded in the fact that you're the one who's in control. There
Yeah.
was one lady who was really into all of the astral energies and placements and et cetera, et cetera. She ended up getting affected by all of that stuff. Her
Yeah.
husband would look at her and say, okay, I don't care what you say, but none of that stuff you're talking about affects me one jot. And
It
it
kind of
didn't.
is.
She says he just carry on with his life, and
Yeah.
she would be like going, "Wah." But it's how much and how much invested we are, not just in here. People can say, well, I didn't believe any of that. Then all this stuff happened. Now I believe. Well, here's the deal. You can say something to someone and they're going to say, well, yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
But they just disagreed. I heard
With
this
their,
one shaman say, he was asking for permission. So I have your permission to do this
yeah.
treatment with you. And the guy goes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, your subconscious did told me no. So you
Yeah.
don't want to do this. And it was kind of like, what? And then they realized it's like they had to have another little adjunct, add a little talk on so he could kind of realize what his subconscious, where his subconscious was at, and that he wasn't truly invested in being able to. Because let's face it, when you do these treatments, when I do these treatments, when I was doing the actual physical massage therapy, people would go, grunt, just like when you go through some of the therapies that you go through, and they would go, oh my God. And it's like, but this is what you said you wanted. Do you want me to stop?
Yeah.
No. Because when you would back off, they would go, oh my God. I said, yeah, you can just say, it feels so good when you stop.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
get off, and their range of motion is better. They're not as sore after, because I work with professional hockey players. They would just be over the moon and ready to go home to their families and whatnot. So going through that little change that we might have to acknowledge some of the stuff we're hanging on to and stripping that
Mhm.
off, even like you were saying, just going to somebody else and helping
Yeah.
that with some sort of modality or treatment. is key.
Yeah. 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 Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Anything
Mm.
else?
No, I follow your lead. I follow your lead. Yeah. Yeah.
I know we talked for a really, really long time, and I need to
Mm.
probably try and get up. Over like me, it's all or nothing, and sometimes I forget that I have limits
Tomorrow, the next day.
to my physical form, and I really did overdo it.
It won't hurt that much again, though. The first one always hurts. Define it, like, do you know what I
When
mean?
I can't physically move and do basic, what you call ADL, basic, activities of daily living, that's a
It's the
problem.
sign of a really good workout. Are you injured? Are you injured, or is it just workout pain?
I am close to that if I move too quickly right now, that I have some old injuries because I have injuries from other activities, horses, and just some pretty horrific falls. I used to downhill
Mm,
ski, and I am that all or nothing person, and your limits change, based
yeah.
on what, doing massage therapy. That was the fittest I've ever been in my life. But with not having done that for many, many years, and having and I don't, it's that kind of thing where you realize your daily structure has changed. I don't go
Yeah.
out on walks. I'm bored to tears. I can't just go out for a walk. I'm sorry, especially when I'm on my own. I'll bring the
Yeah.
dog. I'm bored to tears. We have to go do something.
I
I'll
know.
cut the grass.
Yeah, yeah, I'm totally with you
That's
on that.
productive. That's my walk. It'll take me 2 hours, and it feels
Mm,
good to do that.
yeah,
But I'm not one to spend time to do something just to do it. So
yeah,
I have a treadmill right here. I have
yeah.
something that I will be setting up, and I'm going to be able to read my freaking book. That's my book time, is on the treadmill. I
Mhm.
can't just sit. So I don't care how many times I can go up and down my flight of stairs to do laundry. I will make myself do extra trips so I can go up and down those stairs. But when I get to a point where if I'm doing something that is considered strength training, and I'm being told to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and I will push myself to injury. And yes, I
Well,
was very close, because
don't do that.
some of the
Yeah.
injuries I've had. So yes, I have to be very careful. And it was apparent, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I so I wore a support. I had to wear a knee support for a while. Because
Mm.
excuse me, I popped
Ouch.
I popped my kneecap up.
That's one of the few things I'm squeamish about. The way the kneecap wiggles. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, it has to do its job. I love
Mhm.
anatomy. Know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have to, and we were talking earlier too about respecting your biome, respecting your physical field. Because it's not a
Mm.
meat suit. It's a divine device. It's a divine vehicle. So
Yeah, yeah.
respect it the best you can. Don't overdo
Mm.
it. Like I did. All or
Well,
nothing, man. If you
now
tell me
you know
I can
the
do it,
level.
okay.
Now you know the level that you need to not go to again. Like, just there's other workouts. Don't you only just
Right.
started.
And I guess it's the idea too that I know what worked in the past, and I should really go back to that
Yeah.
type of modality to kind of foster and regain that strength. And that's
Yeah.
that's with the
Baby steps.
meditation too.
Baby
Hmm?
steps. You baby steps. It was your first workout in a good while, like, there'll be other workouts. It's not the workout that's just, gonna change everything. It's like all the little workouts. So don't injure yourself. So when
Yeah,
they say go harder, don't.
I know. But I'm going, look at all these other people. I can do it too. And
Probably it's your first day back. Be gentle. Be gentle.
nah, that's
Be
not me.
gentle. Well, you
No,
know.
I am that kid that sat in the front car of the roller coaster with my hands over my head.
Yeah.
No. Or if the front seat wasn't available, I would be all the way at the back, because you would get
Yeah.
back. you'd get that, ooh, you'd really get the
Yeah,
lift back there, man, I'm telling you.
yeah,
But yep,
no.
that's me. That's me. And if it's something I've not done before, I'll sign up for it.
Well, that's good.
Unless it's gonna be something to do with bridges, or I'm
Yeah,
not gonna jump out of a plane.
really. I might. I would like to. I'd like to think I
You're
could.
gonna have to wear a camera on your helmet because that's the only way I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see.
Vicariously.
Would you do a bungee jump? I wouldn't do bungee jump. I wouldn't. I think I'd hurt myself. I don't like that. I don't like the jerk back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Parachute.
like, yeah, no, no,
Hmm.
no. I would even do rock climbing over that other stuff.
Wow, that doesn't sound fun at all.
I would do
The way-
something like that over that. I'm hanging
Yeah.
on to the earth.
I have trouble with the freaking stairs, man. There's no way you'd catch me on rocks. Go away. Yeah, yeah. Off with you. Yeah.
Somebody, I'll send you the postcard. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I wish you were here. Like, okay.
so
Yeah.
I will go back and look at the interview that I did before. I'm still trying to work on the one which I think was really awesome. I'm still trying to
Wow.
fix that. It has a corrupted some part in there in that particular file.
It's so
Um,
weird.
I
Yeah.
know, and I think some of it's available and some of it's not because it's just like
Can you
broken in
splice
one
them?
spot.
Put them
Mhm.
together, work your magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how that's gonna work it because it just stops. It just stops, and it was a really, really good chat we had that day.
Mm.
But
Yeah, long
anyway,
one too.
I'll
I
look
enjoyed
back
that.
on the other one that we had posted and put your details in that.
Hmm.
Because I know you said you're still working on a website, right?
Yeah, my friend, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's good. Maybe you're the kick up the bum that I need to do stuff like because I'm still this is the my bubble. Sometimes I'm gonna have to try and extend it and realize that my bubble needs to go a bit further if I want to go a bit further with my passion, which is what I do. So
Yep,
yeah.
yep,
Does
yep.
that make
Cool,
sense?
Yul.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
so thanks everybody. Like, share, subscribe, like button, comments, all that kind of fun stuff. I'm not a marketing person, so maybe that's my next learning curve, I guess. I don't know. But
Something new in.
and I guess we will see everybody on the flip side.